Think we're on. What's up, guys? I just saw X-Men First Class, and wow, it was that movie was a lot of fun. It was really nice to go in expecting a really strong, good movie, and actually getting that for once. Typically these days, I go in with really high expectations, and then they never come close to meeting them. But this one, I would say it surpassed it. I'm a pretty big X-Men fan. I was a huge fan of the animated series that ran from like 92 to 97 roughly. It was actually a pretty big part of my childhood. So X-Men's pretty, it's in my heart, I guess. I don't know if that sounds corny or not, but it's true. And the acting, the story, the way they shot it, everything, the costumes, they use the blue and yellow costumes. If you, as you know, I'm sure plenty of you guys have seen on the trailers. It just came out great. A lot of the characters that I thought I would hate, I thought did a fantastic job. Kevin Bacon was great as a villain. I was really surprised. I really I think, in my opinion, I think superhero movies. I think a lot of focus is put on the hero, but if the villain is weak, usually that film will fail. Typically, as we've seen in the past, you look at the Dark Knight. Obviously the Joker was maybe the best villain of any comic book movie. Probably is. X-Men 2 was good because you kind of had Magneto and William Stryker, who was a very powerful human at the time, and had a pretty good plot to wipe out humanity. And Magneto from X-Men 1, X-Men 3 I don't like, so I won't even talk about, and Wolverine I won't really talk about, but Thor, Loki was a good villain. So yeah, I mean, I think a little bit too much focus gets put on the heroes, but a lot of it has to get put on the villains as well. And Magneto's not really he's not even really Magneto in this movie. He's more so Eric Lenscher, like going out for revenge against Sebastian Shaw. And it's great, man. It's definitely a character-driven story, for sure. It's not just explosion, like Transformers 2 was, which was obviously an awful, terrible movie, really bad movie. I am looking forward to the next one though. But right now, this is the best comic book movie I've seen since The Dark Knight. It was fun, and they threw in some really good stuff too. If you've seen the other movies, or if you're a fan of the comics or the TV show growing up, that you're really gonna recognize, and they have some good cameos, and it's just so well done. I give it 5 out of 5 stars in my opinion. You're gonna go in there, and even if you're not really a comic book fan, I think you'll kind of get the hints, and I don't even think you have to get the hints. It's just a fun movie to watch. It's great how they tied everything together, like that with the helmet and certain characters, linking each other, like as you've seen in the future movies and stuff. Oh, excuse me, jeez, got the burps all of a sudden. But yeah, it was great, man. Definitely recommend going and seeing it. I saw the midnight show, so I'm pretty tired. It's like almost 3 in the morning, but it's well worth it. It's like 2.5 hours, but James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender are both terrific in their roles. They play so well together. They act off of each other, and they have some really intense scenes, and they're really good, both of them. I don't really know which one's better. It's really close, but they were both really good, and they did a great job. And this is like the Star Trek, reboot. I would say that's pretty much the closest comparison to any like reboot slash prequel. But yeah, some of the continuity stuff was a little screwed up, with certain characters. But if you just take the movie for what it is, and I kind of look at it like the way The Dark Knight kind of changed some things, to adapt to the real life, and to the story that they wanted to create, that Christopher Nolan wanted to create. That's how I look at this too. Yeah, some of the stuff is a little screwed up, timeline wise and stuff like that, but they do a really good job overall of kind of explaining some of those things, and as well, it's good to see new characters too. If they would have just done another movie with Cyclops, Storm, Jean Grey, I don't think it would be as strong of a movie. And especially too, if you have those core characters, a lot of the focus gets taken off of Xavier and Magneto, or Eric Lyncher, which was definitely, as you guys will see whenever you see the film, that's the focus of the movie, is their relationship. Basically, them, having the same idea, but two different ways of going about it, and it was really good. It's strong at the beginning, middle, and end. The pacing is good. It goes by really quick. It's a fast 2.5 hours. You guys won't be sitting there bored. It was great. I saw it with a whole bunch of annoying high schoolers, but once the movie came on and once the movie got into it, man, everyone was locked in and was really enjoying it. And there was a lot of it's always good to hear that applause afterwards once the credits roll, and it has a great ending, great line, and it's great. But I hope I didn't give anything away. I don't think I did, but there's a lot of cool stuff in there. Make sure you guys, if you guys are fans of the X-Men franchise and the TV show or the comic books, look for certain stuff. I mean, they make it pretty obvious, so you don't really have to try too hard, and just sit back and watch a really great summer movie. And it's just a really good film too. I mean, with great, like I said, the story is really strong, and it's just cool how they integrate, this comic book universe with, human history. It's really cool. But yeah, I'd give it 2 thumbs up, 5 stars, whatever you want. It's not as good as The Dark Knight. I mean, that's probably my favorite movie ever, comic book movie or not. That movie's just tremendous. But it's pretty close. I mean, it's up there. I really enjoyed the movie. So check it out, guys, and I will talk to you later. All right, see ya.